So now live, and now I'm gonna go put the link on. Oh, dang. Hold on, look over here. What did I just do? Okay. All right. All right. I'm just gonna actually start a new one. Okay. Also, I want to find the video of the exercise I want to do so I can share that. Shoot, okay. Okay, no, not that. This one. This one. Okay. Can I not make? Can I not put any comments? Wait. No, 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 no. No. Okay, all right, okay. Let's funny. Okay. Good. Devin's almost here. Oh, good. So we do have somebody in person. I think he's coming in. Okay. So we'll have Devin in person. I'm gonna message her and tell her to go ahead and come on upstairs. Yeah, go unlock my door. Okay. So Devin will be here shortly. Until then, I'm going to just uh, sit here quietly, my eyes closed, and if someone else arrives in the meantime, awesome. If they don't, that's cool too. And when Devin arrives, we'll or someone else, we'll move on to the next step. Basic day. Maybe I actually lay down and start doing the exercise I was going to do. Or I don't know if I really want to watch me, but modeling behavior. Yes. Oh my goodness. It's just you and me, apparently. Oh, yeah, I don't know who else might come on. Okay. Um, moving a little bit. I was gonna do actually a little TRE. Oh, to get some shaken out. Yeah. Okay. Oh, fun. It looks like I'm here alone. You're talking to my seal.
Hi, Devon.
That's not directly. Just saying. I've seen that one. It's pretty really.
It's usually tucked away.
Yeah. And I don't know when was the last time I saw your legs.
Now, yeah.
I'm trying to decide how comfortable I need or want to be. I'm not sure I can be comfortable right now. Cramps. Oh, really? Yeah. Tired. So, I'll around a lot. I think for now, I want to see. On the floor, sitting next to each other or not spot. That's a better configuration. So if we were going to have a big group, then I would have said, let's do a head, heart, body turn. But since it's you and I, we could do really anything we want. So the head, heart, body idea was just like, let's show a really quick one.
Just like a check-in.
Yeah, like I'll go first. Yeah. So in my head, I feel kind of dense but cottony, so it's not real clear. My heart feels generally pretty psyched, just about mostly everything. But my body feels awful. But I know this too shall pass. Sauna and bath. Sauna.
My heart feels body feels tired. Yeah, it's just this like noticing of this like this kind of in, but also kind of something. We should have something. So, tiredness. Some forces or something.
Well, we have some more floor space than usual. I feel like you're feeling any of that out. I'm gonna turn this fan off. I don't think it makes a lot of noise, but just in case. So, one of the ideas I had was to spend a few minutes actually. Doing basically what I've called this and that. So like this is happening, which typically a celebration or something cool, and that is this is something that's really fucking bringing me down. But doing it that way, so that we don't just focus on one or the other.
Yeah.
Just kind of like both.
Okay.
How does that sound?
Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to go first? You want me to? Okay. So I would say my this it's going it's things that are going really really well are inspired by an Amazon small business grant application that's kind of like it's due right away. I just found out about it last week, and it's due on Friday. Inspired by that, I am just deep into revisiting a business plan that I've done for Scrappy Entrepreneur School and all of my plans. I'm revisiting it, and now I finally found an AI that I think is actually really helping me. And so instead of going, oh my God, I have like 30 hours of work ahead of me to write, something, I now just like dropped in what I already have. And then I said, based on this, what is the business mission and value? And it just like drops it out. And so just all day today, I've been like, oh my God, I think I'm gonna pull this together. And it's not really so much that I'm gonna get that grant. It's more that it's really like putting a time on get this figured out, get this done, because while this isn't required for me to move forward in my business, it kind of is required if I really want to start pursuing fundraising or a mentor that I've been particular person that I've been thinking of, and it'll just really clarify my entire thought process. So that is very exciting. So yes, getting my ideas down on paper in a much more cohesive way. And then the parts that are hard is mostly it's just how I feel today, and I just haven't slept well in an extended period of time. And yeah, that's really the main thing. It's just how frequently I have body things happening that really make it difficult for me to just kind of stay on track throughout the day and also balance this idea of how do I take better care of myself than I have in the past. And yeah, I do see the benefits, and I have been experiencing the benefits of doing a better job of prioritizing myself, and still struggling a little. Yes, let's celebrate that. It feels like shit right now. Yeah, it's really, yeah.
So sounds like this grant is got to forward towards this. Other hands, it's just this kind of continuous process of different feeling like this just continuously popping up once and
It ranges in severity from I can't breathe or move to yeah, I feel pretty good today, and I never got it.
that was a hard to
Yeah.
okay, well, I want to get this done. What am I going to do tomorrow? Well, let's see. I'm not sure. How's this Heather body going to feel today?
Does create more space for, oh, I'm just going to get in the flow. This is, I gotta follow my body's signals.
Which,
I'm trusting it. That's why it's not giving me any messages. It's like, there's something seriously wrong here and you need to take care of it. It's more like, this is
ongoing process. And
And there's like some, at least I do. I often feel like, and like I don't know, I walk around I mean, assumptions aren't true, but like there's a lot of people I like cross paths with, or I see in the road, I'm like, it just doesn't seem like they're like navigating body count. Felt so if anything like my intention is that managed if not sooner before training.
I like it easy to a lot more like awareness. Yeah. I think unfortunately sensitivity gives this like idea of like you're oversensitive when it's really no, I can't just have them be more aware of what's happening than maybe most. But and based on I do come into contact with an extraordinary number of people in a variety of ways. And what you said is I don't think everybody's as aware, or just if they may either not navigate it at all, or they're just not noting. And that really is pretty, is more the norm than those of us who are like, okay, I thought these things happening. And yeah, I try to have it. Yeah. It really, unfortunately, still
but it's nice to be around others. There's some other people I like that.
Right, totally. Yeah, when they're like, what are you talking about? What do you mean your guts feel?
Yeah. So my something to celebrate. Just did our this is my second iteration of our fire last weekend, and people had an incredible experience. It was actually the smallest group we've had, but everyone at the end was so grateful for having to know small. Drop in to know everyone a little bit deeper. It was like our shortest retreat, so that was somewhat nerve-wracking for us. We opinions, and people still feel like they were able to go deep. It was our shortest retreat. It was our most expensive retreat, and yeah, people still really benefited. So it's really scary. It's really scary to basically get to a place where we like are having to charge more. At this past retreat, this is like I'm a very different person. Like it's and I always see them like it's certain I don't know, it's harder for me to see something just plug into my day-to-day, but when I'm out there retreats and I'm actually in a space where I'm like present, I really trying to like go off into oh my gosh, like I'm like connecting with people with so much more ways. I'm way more grounded, I'm way more balanced, and realizing medicine that I'm not relying on any of that for the weekends, really just able to be there, to be present, to feel like I have this ease and capacity with workshops and it used to really come from this performance. Like I would get, I would be all anxious and stressed and socially anxious and just have so much happen for myself with the retreats. And it really is starting to change. But also, I think by creating space for us to find peace and balance, it's also I felt the first time I shared a room with like 7 people because we were like, well, we're retreat leaders, we don't have the finances to have our own spaces. That was the hardest retreat of the day. So now that we have like, we're making it a retreat for ourselves as well too. practice. And really like one of the only mentors I have that's to that degree. But there's a lot of other little things that I do. This is connected, other things, but it's like something that I have to show up for. It's just a balance of like the work. So it's not, I definitely have to. Forward. Like we have it. I think what really highlights it for us is like people's responses to it, experiences that we have. Curious about what other things that connect with. Like, since the retreats are more costly, so we're all running with one group very connected. So really accessible. Just fun. I guess my that is after a nourishing retreat, I took today off of work. I still don't really know how to break the habit of doing myself, stressed out. Also, I think to some degree, like when I'm really honest with myself, like using busyness or using things that like levels maybe some anxiety, but using stress to a certain degree to run away from these feelings that are and there's just so much that has kind of come up around being able to eat again and having some dysmorphia and just like seeing my body change and like really wanted to be in a place of ease in my life, but also realizing that then there's more spaciousness and more slowness and juiciness and less like a desire to like get the foods all the time in the gym and as much as possible. So I notice I also love food and it's a distraction sometimes. And so I think that's like that is like I'm still really struggling with like food, body, all of that, and like just being alone with myself, especially like the things I do like nurturing myself. It's like especially in a environment, it's like I won't let myself get into that space. It's really messy because I pretend to just start eating and then it just kind of like triggers cycle of thoughts and yeah, it's just like a not there's like this wanting of harmony and balance that I'm just not doing. Yeah. Because I'm like, wow, like this was an experience. And I picture myself, just move through my day with ease.
That's one question about that correctly. So when you say you're not able to like really get into relaxation because there's a connection to eating more food than you need, is that too
That's yeah. Or and I don't know if it's that first or thoughts first around like like it's like having that messy realization, especially sometimes a lot of things that I want to do. And I kind of told myself like I wanted to get things. I wanted to get things. Errands. thinking that I would be able to do it these days. And it's just interesting watching myself. So otherwise, I'm gonna like just do it. And it's just really good back. Social anxiety and stuff coming up. Friends, school. Like these over life. So it's such a to the degree where it's like just like oh well, I'm just gonna do this. Yeah. So it's almost easier for me just to this stuff out through this. It's very obvious that it says why I thought it's don't really know how to do it.
I know this and that for sure.
I know, like so much expansion in that like a space of is like so much expansion.
I was feeling like such exciting like shivers and stuff when you were sharing about how your body went and how you just felt more grounded and just like all of those kind of more mature stepping into your like actually be able to do what it is that you know you're called to do without it absolutely ripping shreds because you're trying to do it from the old doing place. It sounds like you're starting to get into I've done this for a time. I kind of have a sense of what to do and what I need, and now I can just really embody the essence of embody. But I found an incredible richness, with a different size group than you're used to, and so there's always a different dynamic, and it's really well received, and it's extraordinary. Attention of to charge more, and also needing to charge what you need to charge in order for it to be a viable business. But I love too that you're on retreat as well. Like I honestly think that that's kind of a more beautiful way of being with retreats is making them accessible for others and affordable in a way, but also like really nourishing to yourself. And so I hope that's more of the path forward for all of us. It's like, yes, we can put on an incredible retreat while also in ways going to retreat ourselves. It's not about the all-mind stuff. And then yeah, I really hear this ongoing, complicated, challenging relationship with this food and eating and nourishing, and it's such a complex thing because there's no way to do anything but continue to face it every single day. Every time you're putting something in your mouth, you have to like think about it instead of like, well, I'm just not gonna drink anymore. Yeah. It's not like booze. It's not other abusive to yourself kind of behaviors. It's something you need to live no matter what. Super complex and not good. I've seen you as you've so as you were speaking, I was seeing all these iterations of Devon sharing different iterations of this ongoing relationship. And I don't want you to feel like it's like you're going on and on. No, it's like this is a lifelong kind of relationship.
and it feels really special to me to have a broader understanding of your personal experience just based on the opportunity we've gotten here to share about the journey more than just a couple times.
Yeah, it's part of my like longer story.
I actually had my first meeting with a nutritionist this past week. And she really, the intake is about like learning about my relationship with food and with meal plans and just all of it. And I cried a lot, because I also have had an extraordinarily complicated relationship with food. And I'm at this point now, I'm like, you know what? I really can't trust myself to just like figure it out anymore because I tend to basically stress myself out to the point of it's not helpful anymore. So I just need somebody to tell me what to do, knowing what I need, rather than me trying to figure it out. And I'm hoping that that will help me reset my relationship by having someone like literally hold me. So
Source things.
yeah, I mean, that's the big bummer about having to go on all of those healing diets when it's still like a super weird thing to do, when nobody's heard of autoimmune protocol or paleo or any of that stuff yet. Then, when I'm trying to figure it out, and like, there's very few resources. And luckily, there are a lot of resources, but that's setting me up for kind of like unchecked. And that's back also when they're like, you have to adhere 100% or you're gonna blow your gut up again. So that was also part of it. It was really good. What do you think about maybe now, like thinking of something that either you're looking forward to in this next month or something that you hope to, I don't know, hope to call in or just, I don't know.
Yeah, I guess excited for. Well, definitely we're gonna doing some trips, which is really exciting. Great news, man.
Oh, you are?
Yeah, we just got approved for a house in South.
Oh, cool.
So it's a bit bigger. Our life space. July 1st.
Awesome.
So that's gonna be a process.
You're all going together.
We're all going together.
Okay.
Yeah. So wow.
Yeah, you guys have been there a handful of years.
Ready
Right?
for the 3 years. So I'm not sure if I'm ready to start the whole moving process. I'll probably have waited every which way possible. And then we'll be traveling last week of June, so we'll get back to Florida.
Oh,
So that would be like, but it's exciting. It's yeah, it's hard to find a house that checks all the boxes. To check all of our boxes a lot of times. We were like, we want all of these things. But it's a new.
and it's like the idea to just stay there.
So we're definitely excited for it this year. We're setting up, and then it's been the owners of the house.
Yeah.
So now we're the first time. It's absolutely like the living area is absolutely. It's open, so it's like 2 floors, but the living room just opens. Especially we just had a hard time.
A lot of habits and routines in that particular place
I
that you
know.
said you don't want to continue.
I know. So we're talking about not having a TV in our main room, which is really great. Because even Jasmine was talking about this, where she's like, yeah, like there's just other things that that's just so
you can't even get away from it if it's like the main common area. It's connected to the kitchen. It's connected to
yeah, it's just there. It's very, it's like a scrolling. It's just like a suck. It sucks me in. I don't mind. Like I like watching shows and stuff. But I also love to just experience it. Like, what is it like? It's not for like a night or two.
I think moving and also just rearranging.
Yeah,
Just
we need to
changes
get rid of stuff.
so much. Even just even redoing a corner can make you feel like I just changed my life. It's just like it moves the energy. It changes energy around. Choose differently how to put things away or what to put away.
Yeah, it's just like it's gonna be time consuming. What I always do is like moving vacation and just like rush to get things in place, rush to get furniture. And I really love as much as I hate it. Organized because I'm one of those people that moves in and wants it all to be like okay.
Yeah.
Because then I can focus.
Right.
But I think I really want to practice of sort of plays and getting furniture.
Take your medicine.
Oh, would you bring it?
Smoothie.
Oh, thank you. Smoothie. Yeah.
And it probably, it has fruit in it.
Yeah. I figured it would be good. You don't do dairy, right? So I want to get like nice, not just like
Right. Yeah. And then you're also getting exactly what works for the space. And like what we did here is we really unpacked in the common areas bare minimum. And actually most of the household but me do a lot of the initial kind of where to put things and just kind of propose because I just happen to be better at that than and everyone else is like, I don't have time. Just do it and then we'll change it. And what that also gave us the opportunity to do is really feel into how do we actually use this space? How do we move through it before actually setting it up? Yeah, maybe a little bit. Kind of like your last, week to 10 days in your current place will be like practically like camping. Have a bare minimum of stuff. And then when we moved in here, it was pretty much a bare minimum of stuff for as long as we could, so that we really could just really figure out where do things go and how much we actually need in here right now. And between months and months and months. Part of it was I wasn't here all the time, but also it just really, we haven't had to move a lot of things because we did it more slowly, because we didn't, like decorative elements or non-essential elements we just kind of set aside for a while until we felt like, this wall is where we want to put our bulletin board or whatever. Right. Not that one, but
I was like,
no, just so
kind of like I had talked to some friends and so they let the house kind of like,
the house will tell you.
Like,
The houses can be very.
So I really want to try to hold myself to that. So I'm smarter. I want to really lean into that so I'm comfortable for a bit.
And you know how to get by without all of your things. I mean, you know how to travel. Well, that's exciting though.
I know.
That also
Won't be a
answers the
neighbor,
question. You won't be. I can't talk you into hosting in June. Don't worry.
Probably not gonna
No. But I do want to. I think. I think it would be really nice to have other hosts in other parts of town because it is really a slog to get out here. But also, I really am away from home so much lately, like pet sitting and stuff. So like tonight in particular would have been kind of nice if like someone else had been hosting or something, because then I wouldn't. I'm in Mount Tabor, so I'm not actually even home right now.
Okay.
So and it'll be the same pretty much any date we choose.
Well, once I get home settled, it'll be good.
Oh yeah. No, I'll see if anyone else in the group wants to host if they feel ready. If we wanted to, yes, so there's options. I'm sure there's
do online.
We could just do it online.
Yeah,
let's do that.
Just do it online.
Yeah, for maybe for a month.
Yeah.
I don't know. We'll see.
Okay.
But let's do that for June. We'll do
good.
online only in June.
Yeah.
And maybe before you go, you and I could pick a couple days.
Sounds good. That's such a good idea. Thank you.
Putting minds together.
What about you? I'm excited for it.
I am excited that I'm excited that really so many of the very clear visions that I've had for a long time really are all coming into physicality, so that other people can actually see them now too. And also just things just like coming together in this really beautiful way. And it's really just, it's just all those little things that I've always been good at noticing, but it just is extra amazing right now. Like, you know, going for my walks with the dogs just happens to be like even more incredible than it usually is. You know, it's springtime and I see flowers and I'm like, like I just gasp, I can't handle how beautiful they are, you know? And so like that, even though it's flower walks and taking the dogs for a walk has always been something I've enjoyed a lot and it's really fed me. It's just like this whole other level lately. And just the way that just all the different little projects I'm working on are just kind of, you know, it just feels so much easier for me to go, okay, inspired action, intuitively, I know I need to do this. Okay, what really is my priority? I'm really practicing and have been practicing what I actually tell other people to do instead of just telling other people to do it and being like, shit, I haven't done that in a long time. But I'm really doing it. I'm really actually dedicating hours a day early in the day, almost every time, just to myself, to movement, to just being slow, to just farting around, to whatever it is that I need. Today was sauna and bath and outside time. So getting consistent with that again has already made a difference. And so yeah, all of the ways that I'm caring for my body kindly and gently, and the medical team I have, and the really lovely plant essences that I'm working with, both through yoni steams, you know, yeah, you probably know more than a lot of folks about that. Yoni steams, and then I have these flower essences that I'm working with that are from my doctor, and so I have these, you know, medical professionals doing things that I used to have to go to the quacks to get, you know what I mean? And so now it's like insurance pays and nutritionist, you know, like all of those things that could have been so helpful in the past and that I had to do on my own and figure out or not are now readily available. So I really feel really supported when it comes to my health and my mental health. I feel really supported and much more settled in my home. But also I have a lot of pet sitting coming up, which I'm excited about. And yeah, just Scrappy Entrepreneur School and the Come As You Are group and art of processing and my assistant, like everything is just cool and really coming together. In a lot of the ways that I imagined, and some of the ways better than I imagined. And so there's a lot of me going, yeah, I mean, this is what it would be like, and just nobody could understand what the hell I was talking about, so stop telling them. But now here it is. So yeah, I'm really excited. That's so for the next month. It's really just this combination of taking care of myself, making progress on the work that I can make progress on. I'm really better and better at cultivating this slowness and this prioritization of what I actually really truly need, and be really disciplined about. Like, I feel terrible that I didn't post about the Amazon business brand on the Come As You Are group, but also I'm like, I really don't have the 15 minutes to go do that. I need to spend that 15 minutes on the application. And so like having to be just really disciplined about some of my choices. Even things that like, I really want to do this and I promised to this person that I would get this back to them by this time, but actually, you know, that's not what's in my highest good right now. Just because I committed to doing something within 10 days or whatever, doesn't mean it was an accurate like estimate. So I have to put me and my needs and my business first. Hold in. So fine tuning, and it's fucking cool. It's working, and I'm working with Tom Lang really closely. We've even seen each other about once a week, or not for a couple of weeks now, but in like 5 1-hour calls. I mean, we're both just like, wow. I mean, he's now taking time for himself, and he's making progress on stuff. He does that
prioritize things better and like got a button done on a landing page. It's just like amazing progress that if you're not talking to anyone else about it, you don't realize how amazing that progress is. It's like, you know, if I wasn't there going, dude, this is what I see. This is what I can tell that you have done in the past couple of weeks alone, and that's astounding. And without me saying that, the tendency for him and everyone else is to be like, well, I still haven't done it. I still haven't done this, that, or the other. I'm
Well,
still
that's
blah,
really
blah.
there. We have a lot more energy.
And sometimes you have to step back and really have to decide, okay, just because this thing seems fun or seems like a good idea doesn't necessarily mean that it is what I should be working on right now. So yeah, it's a challenge, and that's part of the fact that people shouldn't be just ongoingly doing everything by themselves, because there comes a point where someone else needs to reflect back to you what they're seeing, how much progress they're seeing, or maybe, you know, yeah, we need that kind of mastermind, you know, back and forth sometimes. Isn't it really good? Hopefully you might have put Pichava in it too. I think so. It's a really nice protein powder.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I've
Really
seen that.
good. Yeah, Ayana told me about it.
Really good.
Yeah, that's good. So that's what I'm excited about. You know, I'm also getting better and better about using my actual astrology, like business planning.
Yeah.
And so like all those things that I've been wanting and working towards and practicing imperfectly are finally just like, you know, chaos, getting clearer, you know. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it's your astrology. I just booked a session with an astrologer.
Did you?
Mm-hmm. I just really, I don't know. I really wanted some thoughts from an astrologer about like career and different things, just to have like a bit of a bigger perspective. Yeah, I mean, I feel like there's so many things that are really great, and I'm also kind of, but it's still not quite the thing.
Right.
But I'm just kind of like, well, so like, yeah. So I'm putting it out there to an astrologer.
Good. Honestly, I'm so jazzed to hear that.
I was like, you can ask like between a few different like industries, timing, some specifics around that. I'm like, yeah, let me just put that out and see what happens.
Yeah, it really, the more I learn, the more I practice it, the more I hear other people practicing it. I'm just like, this, it really gives me so much, it gives me so much, like, actually more confidence, because then when there's something like, you know, I use the Pattern, is an app that I really like. So like, you know, one of these patterns that I have is my Uranus square, my moon in Cancer. And then it like basically reading this astrological, like, you know, whatever, these qualities, like I'm reading my autobiography.
Oh, yeah.
And so when I'm reading that, I'm like, okay, well, actually there is a very clear basis for why I feel the certain ways that I feel, or why I might overgive in the ways that I overgive, or the way it, you know, if it's a different pattern, like it's just what's happening right now, like why I feel the way I feel, like it's just a whole nother, basically a reflection tool of, you don't have a person saying, this is what I'm seeing, and but instead it's like, it's even better, you know, because you can also look ahead. One of the folks that I follow, it's called the Autistic Mystic, and I started following him for his tarot and oracle card readings, but he also has been getting far more into astrology. And he just did a whole video where he's like, all right, I actually am hitting rock bottom. I moved to my north node, you know, location, thinking that that's what was going to just like really explode my business, but it was, you know, opposite this other thing. And so but it was like, I wish I would have looked at my chart, because basically what I did when I thought I was moving to the place that would just be like the best for me, it was the exact wrong time to do it. So it's the opposite, and I'm fucking hell. And I just wish I would have looked at my chart, because it's right there. It's right there. And you know, so also, yeah, just being able to look at that and can help you make decisions different than you might, and maybe, you know, kind of be a little less hard on yourself if you're in one of those cycles where it's like you're gonna be extra moody and you're doing all your healing and it's Chiron, you know what I mean? Like, it just really, yeah, it's not some personal feeling or some like you're somehow, yeah, somehow it's your fault. It's just, no, your astrology just like really driving you right now, and you can work with it or fight it, or, you know, and there's just, now there's so much more out there about like what each house represents and how you can apply it to your business or your life, or, you know, what, yeah, just, it's now that it feels so much more concrete to me, and there's application direct to something really concrete. It's finding sense to me in a way that it never would have.
And it's connected in your calendar.
Yeah, well, in my calendar is not my personal astrology, but I can also, I do know how to run my personal astrology to get a lot out of that. But yeah, this is more like collective and saying what the really, you know, what the element of the day is, for example. And but yeah, I think one of my favorites is that I actually do have all these different calendars that tell me what the sun and Mercury and Venus are all doing for me right now. And it's really cool. So yeah, I'm a big fan. That's another thing. I can look at, oh, sun is in my second house, so I should be working on my bookkeeping and setting goals, and that's what I mean. Yeah. So that's the other thing. I'll see, like, I am actually intuitively doing exactly what I'm supposed to be doing right now.
And you're like, oh wow, that is some kind of flow right there.
Exactly. So more support, more like validation, more insight. So I'm excited to get getting that done.
Me too. Yeah. Yeah, it's been, I haven't really gotten into astrology a lot just because it was so dense. But I do think like an accessible way to tune into a certain
And I don't know if you were on the month that is it Emma? I think it's Emma. She is studying a form of astrology. She's in a school right now, a form of astrology that she was kind of putting it to a little bit different terms. So it actually was a little more archetype, okay, but like simplified archetypes, like the mermaid, or I don't remember them anymore, but the little bit that she shared of, wow, that sounds like a whole nother way of looking at it. That's still just like really accessible. So, you know, so I know that she writes about it every now and then on her Facebook page. She might have even talked about it on Coming to Our a little bit, but so you never know. Like, who knows? She might even be working on something like that. Sounds cool. Yep. You know. So there's people around us doing some cool stuff. Astrology.
yeah, it seems to be in a lot of people. It's like
it's not just a hippie dippy thing.
well, that makes sense. I never talked about it. It's like it's all of the energies at play. It makes sense to already be like effective. It's actually finding something around us. Of course, it's gonna have something. Oh my gosh, like
yeah.
And I'm like, yeah, of course, it's all gonna have this effect.
And I think it's another one of those things that so many of the most essential tools that we have at our disposal have been in some way, shape, or form shamed or demonized or made to be like even something as simple as looking at your own personal photos or sharing your trip photos or something like that. There's this whole like, I don't want to look at that, or I don't want to look at my photos because they make me sad. And unfortunately, like that's a connection to your past that can help keep you like having a clear eye of what's happened in the past. But if you never look at anything, you just like it's all in here. And so pictures have become, or looking at each other's photos have become like this astrology, like, oh, that you can like make anything fit if you just, try hard enough or whatever.
Some of the stuff like that I would read in like a magazine.
Yeah, probably
Are
oversimplified,
pretty much, like,
pithy.
Yeah,
But-
but I feel like a lot of these apps are actually very different.
Yeah, no, it's not so pithy. It's not Cosmo astrology.
Cosmos.
It's the actual
Fun.
real astrology that has actually finally been translated in a way that makes sense to the layperson. So yoni steeds, for example,
I know.
are ancient. They were taken out of the DSM in the 70s. So of course it's kind of gone underground, and everybody's like, oh, that's just a hippy dippy thing. How can sitting over some tea like help you like with your hormones and stuff? Well, it actually does. If you believe in herbs of any kind doing any sort of benefit, why wouldn't it be beneficial going into that membrane, into that area? Like, it's powerful. So another thing, very powerful healing modality that has been demonized, or even mail. Nobody writes letters anymore. Instead, we only hear, if you're really mad, write a letter, just don't send it. So if we all wrote more letters, would we actually process some of the shit we need to process, and maybe just not send those first draft letters? And if it was part of a routine to actually send letters on a regular basis, you're like, okay, I wrote that and I was pissed, and I thought about it some more. Now I'm gonna write a nicer letter, and that's the one I'm gonna mail. Right now, letter writing has become just a process instead of a means to keep things clear and be in contact, and maybe do some of your processing without it actually affecting the other person. So harshly. So just all these things that are so when you become convinced in one way or another that it's something rational, stupid, or right. So that's something I've been noticing a lot lately. Just about everything that we're told is dumb. Probably not. Yeah. It within reason, of course. But if it's truly natural, if it's ancient, if it's if it's used in other cultures around the world,
Then that might make sense.
So anyway, go real quick and you really talk about it. So yeah, head, heart, body, and celebration, and like a this or that. That's something we covered too. Yeah. Yeah. You know how I love it and early too.
Yeah.
Not to chase you out or anything.
Plan the next one.
Just that poll I did a while back, did it end up being as effective as I thought it would be? There's a lot of folks who were like, yeah, I mean, it does work. And then when I said it on a Tuesday, a lot of those folks were like, oh, can't do Tuesdays. So, yeah, there's only so much I can do.
We're thinking days still.
Mondays and decent. Yeah. Gotta turn all these calendars off because now I can't see anything.
So maybe like the 17th. So I guess so.
To where I can see things. Accidentally, I guess. Okay, so you said June 17th.
Yeah, maybe the 17th.
Oh my god, it looks like I'm actually on that. No, I actually don't have a calendar.
I think that's what it is.
Yeah, it was. There we go. yeah, I will be across town, so that would be great to not to do it in person. And Monday, so,
Okay. Oh, cool.
do you want to just do that one? You want to just go with that? Yeah,
so
instead of
it's just
doing two.
it's
Okay.
virtual.
Awesome.
So,
Okay. Yeah, yeah.
Do that 3 times.
Can I say one idea real quick that I'm gonna leave on the recording? So one of the ideas I had about our opening, like few minutes, as everybody's kind of writing and stuff, is I thought it could be kind of cool if people took turns, basically, maybe like sharing one of their things that they do, one of their tools. It takes like 1 minute to explain it. Mostly they're just kind of demonstrating it, but the chances are high a lot of folks will be at least vaguely familiar with just about anything any of us would bring forward. And so, yeah, I thought if people took turns and be like, okay, here's a 1 minute thing, I'll demo, I'll explain it, and then we'll do it for 3 minutes, you know? And so, like, I think that's cool because we might kind of introduced or reintroduced some somatic release tools or, like, I don't know, whatever. So, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah. Jump in.
Yeah, because I want this to become ever more collaborative, ever more co-creative. Like, I might be creating some of the space for it, but I don't not want it to be. Yeah. Eventually the group will start, like, you know, other people will start making some of the videos like I'm making or some of the posts or whatever. I know it'll build momentum. There's an idea, you guys.
I know. It's really
It's also summer.
It's summer. Summer is hard for sure. But it's really good. Like the times where there's been like a group of us and it's all really
Thank you. Thank you for helping get the ball finally rolling after
I know, and
literally
thanks
years.
for taking the ball and you showing it.
I just needed
That's-
some help getting momentum.
That's always my thing.
Yeah.
I'll do a thing and I'm like, oh my god, I just
Yeah.